Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're examining our picks for the infamous times, especially in light of the recent scandal, when famous faces have expressed their hatred of Masterchef presenter Gregg Wallace.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Sherlock. Sadly, Locke wasn't around during the Wallace scandal due to his passing away in 2021. However, that didn't stop him from making his displeasure with the food presenter known, which went viral during the controversy. During an 8 out of 10 Cats Does Countdown episode in 2020, Locke relentlessly ridiculed Wallace as the comedian discussed national treasures. After stating he liked the celebrity chef due to him having no sense of irony or humour, and then mocking him for wearing a hairnet despite lacking follicly, Locke stated Wallace couldn't be in the running due to having met him. Brutal. To emphasise his point, Locke followed by stamping no on a photo of Wallace, adding, "He tried to put his spoon in my pudding." Charlotte Crosby. After the various misconduct allegations came out, which involved Wallace being accused of making sexually aggressive remarks and gestures, as well as fostering a toxic environment on Masterchef and its spin-offs, Crosby was one of the people to come out and criticise him. The reality TV star, who appeared on Celebrity Masterchef in Series 19, wrote that he was extremely unpleasant to her when commenting on social media. In the past, before the allegations came to light, Crosby did state on the one show that the Masterchef set made her feel like a little kid again, which, in hindsight, speaks volumes about what was going on behind the scenes. Katy Brand. After the Wallace allegations dropped, a creepy clip from Celebrity Masterchef soon went viral on social media, involving comedian Brand when she appeared on the programme in Series 8. When judging her dessert, Wallace grossly made the innuendo that he'd munched the living daylights out of your little tart. When asked about the incident, Brand stated she was shocked and in disbelief, causing her to awkwardly laugh at the crass and idiotic joke. Wallace, rather than take the laughter as a sign of discomfort, believed Brand enjoyed that terrible comment. While Brand said that she didn't issue a complaint to the BBC about Wallace, she supports those who did. Ulrika Jonsson. When the Wallace scandal broke, the iconic presenter Jonsson came forward with her experience with him. Appearing in Series 12 of Celebrity Masterchef, she stated that the former greengrocer made an assault joke on set. While she wasn't there to hear it directly, Jonsson heard about it when another contestant walked off the set. After Wallace made his awful response to the allegation by pointing the finger at middle-class women of a certain age, Jonsson was seething. She stated he had no self-awareness and showcased his arrogance as she stood up for middle-aged women, calling them a shed load classier than Wallace. Kirsty Walker. Known for her presenting BBC's Newsnight, Walker appeared in Series 6 of Celebrity Masterchef, even getting to the final. However, despite that achievement, the experience wasn't completely a highlight in her life due to Wallace. Walker was one of the 13 people to come forward to speak out about Wallace's terrible behaviour.
And Gregg Wallace came in and launched into a soliloquy, essentially a story of a sort of sexually inappropriate nature.
One of the worst experiences the journalist had with him was when the show was filmed at a retirement home. Stuck in a room with contestants and crew, Wallace monologued a joke about intimate relations with his now ex-wife. Walker has described her anger at essentially being a captive audience to this inappropriate soliloquy, especially with the crew, who may have felt they couldn't speak out due to career repercussions. Lloyd Grossman. Today, Grossman is best known for his successful line of sauces, but back in 1990, he was the first presenter for Masterchef, a role that he would have until 2000 when he left the production. In 2009, after the franchise was revived in 2005, Grossman criticised its more aggressive approach of presenting with Wallace and Toal, stating it was more like a British crime film due to Wallace's catchphrase. Another time, Grossman mocked Wallace by saying the series was going with a different vibe with a greengrocer. In 2012, Wallace put it back on Grossman by claiming the show during his stint was flawed and compared the competition back then to hosting a dinner party. Lorraine Kelly. The national treasure that is Kelly isn't a big fan of Wallace, despite him being on her self-titled show Lorraine. Since the allegations came to light, Kelly has addressed the ever-expanding controversy on air several times, but after the disgraced food presenter released the video that blamed middle-class women of a certain age, she really let her rage out. Kelly was stunned that he'd released such a video, questioning if he had a PR team advising him or if he made it without their input. She also questioned why no one had told Wallace to shut up, just be quiet right now, and then slated him by saying it wasn't 1972 anymore when this behaviour and response could have been more acceptable. Melanie Sykes. After coming to fame on Today with Des and Mel and Let's Do Lunch with Gino and Mel, Sykes used her talent to appear on Series 16 of Celebrity Masterchef. However, rather than give her a positive experience and a boost in her name recognition, it did the exact opposite. As discussed by her on her YouTube channel, during her stint on the cooking show, Sykes made an informal complaint about Wallace. She also mentioned in her autobiography that Wallace asked her if models eat, a profession she's also done. He also barked orders at people on set. Due to the experience of working with Wallace, Sykes decided to quit the TV industry in 2021. John Turode. Despite working with Wallace for nearly 20 years and even being his best man for his wedding, Turode still isn't keen on his MasterChef co-presenter. In 2017, the Australian-British chef mentioned he wasn't friends with Wallace. Turode also spoke about explosive arguments he'd had with him, one of which forced him to walk away. Upon the scandal coming out, reports also came to light that Turode had raised concerns several times with the MasterChef bosses about Wallace's questionable behaviour. Publicly, the chef gave his support to the investigation and iterated his sadness that people working on the shows didn't have a nice experience due to Wallace. Rod Stewart. Since the allegations about Wallace came out, no person in existence has taken the opportunity to insult him as much as Rod Stewart has. Shortly into the news, the legendary musician went onto Instagram and called him a terrorizer who's tubby, bald-headed and ill-mannered, and that he was delighted that karma had struck. Another time, Stewart was recorded leaving a bar where he took more shots at Wallace and his looks. But what caused Stewart to hate Wallace, you might think? Well, his wife, Penny Lancaster, was on Series 16 of Celebrity Masterchef. She stated that she was both a witness and a victim of Wallace's horrible attitude on set. Stewart also alluded that the show had cut out a moment of Wallace humiliating Lancaster. If you could create a competitive cooking show from scratch, which chef would you choose to front it? Anthony Worrell Thompson, Nigella Lawson, Ainsley Harriott, or someone else? Let us know below.